up, YouTube? We're going live on. It says you're live. Well, I just dropped something. What was that? All right. We are live here, guys. Going to answer your most frequently asked questions. Yes, draft questions. Just purchase 16 rounds. Yeah, if you haven't gotten 16 rounds, get it. Link in the bio. Get 16 rounds, okay? It's going to help you guys crush your league, put you light years ahead of the competition. I'm telling you guys, I mean, the Chiefs just won't know what hit them. You're going to have an optimal roster. So it's close to making your roster as bulletproof as possible. Get 16 rounds and win your leagues, guys. It's very, very simple, all right? Just got a fresh fade, as you can tell, YouTube. So I've got two streams going here. I've got fluff on my shirt is what I've got. I've got the YouTube stream, which is building up. So guys, when you get in, please leave a thumbs up. And if you guys are here on Instagram, smash the heart. We're talking frequently asked questions. So I'm going to answer the most frequently asked questions. Okay. So whatever's common, like big questions, like who do I draft in round 1? Okay, great. What's a good quarterback that I like? Right? Let's answer that. So I'm going to try to answer as many of these questions as I possibly can in this video. Let's do rapid fire, 15, 20 minutes. We'll go strong, we'll go hard. But in order to do that, I ask that you please leave a thumbs up here. I'm going to keep asking for thumbs up here on YouTube. Get the engagement up and keep engaged here, of course, on Instagram as well. Okay, guys? So maybe your question will be asked. All right, so or you can make a donation on Instagram and I'll get your question answered right away. Max gets right to it. So I'm going to, you guys showed your commitment, offered me a couple bucks. So I'm going to get to that question first. And if you want your questions all answered, head on over to, guys, patreon.com/FF Counselor. Join the Fantasy Front Lines, guys. Fantasy Front Lines, or DM me, guys, the word front lines. I'll send you guys a direct link. All right. All right, let's get to this question. Javonte or Zeke, big decision to make. I mean, let's talk about Javonte or Zeke, guys, real quickly. We're looking at two guys with two safe floors, and you got a slightly higher ceiling with Javonte, especially if Melvin Gordon eventually gets sidelined. So Melvin Gordon's obviously going to be a pest, right? So that's going to limit Javonte's ceiling. But maybe Denver just says, hey, we want to ride the hotter hand. Melvin, take a back seat. It's not going to be up to Melvin. It's going to be up to the team. So Javonte could emerge there. Especially when you're talking, you could probably get both. You could probably get Javonte round 2 and Zeke round 3. So I'm leaning a little bit towards Javonte, just based on ceiling and that upside. But I think Zeke still has a safe year. I really do. Let's keep going on to other questions. Breece the Beast or Cam Akers? I'm going Breece Hall. I just read some stat or some quote that DraftKings, I think it was I just posted in my story mode. Again, I just read it real quickly before I was coming on here. I think it's like DraftKings, the bet makers or whatever, think that Breece Hall is going to win offensive rookie of the year, actually, right? Or offensive player of the year, rookie of the year, one of those ones. I still like Breece Hall. I still think he's good third round value. I know there was news today. I was reading somewhere that Michael Carter is the one. I mean, if Michael Carter is the one, why would you invest and move up to pick up Breece Hall, who's the number one running? You want to run Breece Hall. I don't see any reason why you wouldn't. Okay. Let's get to some questions here on Instagram. Again, drop a heart, drop a thumbs up, guys. Let's get those thumbs up as high as they could possibly go. Debo or James Conner, I have zero stock in both those guys. Nick Chubb, I'm still fading. I still think that it's going to be a Ernest Johnson duo. I'm not trusting him. Jonathan Taylor, King Henry. That's a good question. I just had that asked in my Patreon group, guys. I'm going to answer it here as well. Let's talk about it. Derrick Henry had his down year. He had his down year. Derrick Henry had his down year. So I think he's only going to do for a bounce back. Let's be honest, guys. I think he only bounces back this year. I think the ceiling is high. I don't see a threat with Jonathan Taylor. Let's take a look at some things that could go wrong for Jonathan Taylor. Obviously, youth is a good thing. He's very young. Here's my problem with Jonathan Taylor. I want to get this out in the open, guys. He had a pinnacle year. That's number one. But, you got to factor in a natural regression. Then they brought in Philip Lindsay, who I think is going to be annoying. And they got Naheem Hines, who also I think will be a bit of a pest, right? Naheem Hines, I think, on third down. So, again, I'm going Derrick Henry at the 101. PPR, standard, I don't care. I'm going with the best talent and the best running back in the game. I'm going to roll with him. Let's get some other questions here. Mooney, St. Brown, or Adam Thielen, Joe, and what rounds? I mean, those guys fall from rounds 4 to 6 to 7, 12-person league, depending on where you are with Amon-Ra, Mooney. Amon-Ra feels the safest there, especially with, we heard James Williams, guys, is going to be missing 4 weeks. going into the season. So now you've got Amon-Ra in a situation where he's got a year rapport with Jared Goff, right? He's got that rapport and he's got a chip on his shoulder. I keep talking about this. That video came out with Amon-Ra saying that he memorized the 15 wide receivers that went ahead of him in the draft last year, right? So again, I'm on the Amon-Ra train. I think Mooney has a great season because it's Mooney or bust on the Bears. That's all they've got, right? They've got Mooney and that's it. So when I'm looking at that situation, you can stack a couple of these guys. You'll be good. Once you've gone robust RB, you can start making some decisions there. Amon-Ra, Mooney, there's Adam Thielen there. There's Drake London there. There's Jerry Jeudy. There's a ton of great options there that you can stack after you've gone to your robust RB. And I explain all of that in the 16-round draft. So if you've not gotten 16 rounds, there is a code to save yourself 20%. Go do that right now. It's called IG20 or Tube20 if you're on YouTube. Just go Google 16-round draft solution. Use code Tube20. This will help you guys win your leagues because I give you the optimal roster. I help you guys build the optimal roster so that it's optimized. So you have a backup plan for a backup plan. So make sure you guys get 16 rounds. Link in the bio. Use code IG20 or Tube20. It's going to save you guys 20%. So I would actually get off here because all the answers are in 16 rounds. So I don't even know why you guys are listening to me right now. Get off social media, just get 16 rounds. I'm telling you, like I hit over, I don't know, well over 1.5 million views on YouTube, man, this past year. Like it's been crazy. Like podcast audio downloads, man, hundreds of thousands of downloads this past month. I'm so blessed. I appreciate everybody listening and the views on, forget the impressions. We're in millions upon millions of impressions on Instagram. I'm so blessed. And the thing about it is, guys, all my answers, and I don't mind you guys watching. It's fun. We're hanging out here, but just get 16 round draft solution. Like, I don't know what to tell you. Just pay the $24, cheapskates, and win your leagues, especially if your buy-in, guys, is like over $50, then it's worth it. I mean, it should be a no-brainer for 16 rounds, guys. Link in the bio. Okay. I dropped Penny for Hopkins. Is that good? I don't know, man. Here's the thing. I think Penny will be good. I think Penny will be good for the first couple weeks, until he breaks his leg and Kenneth Walker takes over. Obviously, Kenneth Walker is a bit of a concern for me right now with the hernia. It is what it is, guys. But at the end of the day, guys, I think Kenneth Walker, second round draft pick, you're not going to just sit him on the bench unless you're stupid. And I'm going to let the Seahawks hear it if they do. Okay. 16 rounds rocks. Michael Peters, thank you. Dameon Pierce or Walker the third in the 6th round. So let's talk about Dameon Pierce real quick because a lot of people ask me about Dameon Pierce. We're talking frequently asked questions here. Let's discuss this. Okay. So here's the deal. A lot of people are going to be going, zero RB, which is like what I preach against. But a lot of people in your league are going to be listening to the Consheepsis and they're going to be going zero RB. Okay. If that's the case and they go wide receiver, then they get like a quarterback or someone like that, they're going to be starting to look for their running backs. Okay. And guess who's been really high in the media right now, right? Or the first week anyway, and has carried some momentum and steam going now into what are we, 3rd week or whatever in the preseason, is Dameon Pierce. And rightfully so, because Marlon Mack sucks and Rex Burkface sucks as well, but I think they'll still be pests. Let me get this out right now. I want to be out in the open here. I still think that Rex Burkface is going to be a pest. He's going to be annoying. And I still think Marlon Mack's going to be a pest, right? But if they're smart, if the Texans want to win, they play their best player, that is Dameon Pierce. That's number one. Now, going back to what I was talking about, the zero RB strategy, right? They're going to be going wide receivers. They're going to be looking at Dameon Pierce as early, guys, as round 5. So I want to get this guy's Brian Robinson league winner. I'm not sold on the Commanders, but I think he'll have a good season. Safe season. Safe. All right. I think he's a good stash, Brian Robinson. I have no Brian Robinson stock. But going back to Dameon Pierce here, I got to tell you, man, like with Dameon Pierce, he will get sniped in the 5th round in some leagues. Maybe your league mates are sleeping. He'll probably fall to round 8, right? That's where I've got him in 16 rounds. But I make a note to say you got to get Dameon Pierce higher because people are going to need running backs because they're few and far between. So I cannot implore you guys enough to do that, okay? Mike Latimer here on YouTube says 16 rounds, 3rd year using it. Mike, how did you do in your league? Straight up. This guy, he's not a paid actor. I don't know him. I want to know how you genuinely did. Now, there is some people that come on and say, I botched your 16 rounds 4 years in a row and I lost 4 years in a row. BS. Because if you use my program and you lost, you're not buying it again. Like, or maybe you try it again for the second. You're like, yeah, let's give it another try. But you don't buy something 4 years in a row. And nobody has ever told me, and this is the truth, guys. Nobody has said I bought 16 rounds and lost. I've heard I bought 16 rounds and finished third. I've heard I bought 16 rounds and finished fourth. I haven't heard I bought 16 rounds and lost. I've never heard that. And that's straight up honest. Like, you don't lose. Like, the only way you lose using 16 rounds, like, for example, I'll give you an example, right? A friend of mine, he's an artist of mine. He did some artwork for me, and I gave him access to 16 rounds for free, right? So 2 days later, he sends me his roster, and it looks like nothing like 16 rounds. I'm like, dude, you asked for 16 rounds, and this team looks nothing like it, short of maybe a couple players. He's like, oh, well, everybody went robust RB early because they're listening to you. And I had the 12th pick, and like literally 11 running backs came off the board. I'm like, okay, well, it's more than robust RB. Like, you drafted Clyde Edwards-Helaire, who is not in 16 rounds whatsoever. Like, I have 0 Clyde Edwards-Helaire stock. 0. And I didn't draft him in the rookie year when everybody was on him either. Absolutely not. 0 Clyde Edwards-Helaire. And you're out here drafting Clyde Edwards-Helaire. So people say, I got 16 rounds and lost, because you didn't listen to what I said. You didn't watch all the mock drafts I lay out in 16 rounds. You didn't listen to the notes. You didn't go sneaky 7 formula. You didn't go robust RB. You didn't get a backup plan for backup plan. You didn't listen. And another reason you could lose is if you don't edit your lineups. I had a guy in my leagues, never edited lineups. The guy was like, this was years ago. He'd start with one lineup, and he'd end up with the same lineup at the end of the season. Thanks, free money for us, because we won his $100. But he'd have like 10 players on not 10, 4 or 5 players on IR going into fantasy football playoffs. Now, obviously, he didn't make the playoffs, but you guys get the point. So stick on the waiver wire. And I got a community for that, Fantasy 365. So let's keep going to have questions. Let's keep going through those questions. All right, let's keep going. Najee a reach with pick 5? No, I think. Why would he be a reach? Why would Najee Harris be a reach with pick 5? Absolutely not. Sorry, guys. My thing just froze there. I had a call come in. Hopefully I'm back. All right, I'm back, guys. Am I back on live here on Instagram? I was losing you there. It's flashing now. All right, we're back. Okay, why the heck would I be concerned, guys, with Najee at pick 5? I wouldn't, because Dalvin Cook's coming off round 5 or pick 5. So Najee at pick 5 is fine. I have no problem with that. Absolutely no problem with that. AJ Dillon, I mean, I like AJ Dillon. I like him better than Aaron Jones. Did you hear what LaFleur said? He said that they're going to be a 1A. I'm wearing a Packers hat, guys. Everyone drafting Aaron Jones, guys, in round 2 will be significantly upset, because the RB1 last year on the Packers was AJ Dillon. Go look at the stats. I'm not lying. He beat him in rushing attempts, he beat him in rushing yards, and he beat him in rushing touchdowns. AJ Dillon was the RB1. I don't understand how I can't get that point across to you guys, and why nobody's understanding this. AJ Dillon's the RB1. For that reason alone, I'm going to be fading Aaron Jones. I don't care. I don't care if there's going to be an extra couple targets, because Adams is gone. They got Watson, they got Dobbs, they got other people, right? So it is what it is. Favorite wide receivers round 4 to 6, guys. You guys know how I like. I got it all in 16 rounds. Couple guys there, Amon-Ra St. Brown and Judy, 2 guys I like. If you want all of them, get 16 rounds, guys. Can't give you all the answers here. Aaron Jones is going to get passes, though. Still, man, Dillon's going to get a lot of work. It's going to be I think it's going to be a 50-50 until Aaron Jones or someone gets hurt. Let's keep going, guys. Let's ask some frequently asked questions. Says Michael Peter says, I haven't drafted using 16 rounds yet, but can't wait. Got it. 1 more week to go. But guys, draft day. Who's getting excited? Guys, YouTube, you haven't dropped any likes. I'm not answering any more questions from YouTube because you guys aren't dropping any likes. I appreciate some likes, guys. It makes me feel better. All right. I know I'm pretty shallow. I need likes to make me feel better. Guys, please drop some likes. It really helps. It helps the channel, though. Seriously. It means a lot. Let's get to some questions from Instagram while YouTube is picking up their act there. What's up, Joe? Love me some 16 rounds. Get it, guys. Link in the bio. Use code IG20. Metcalf. I've got 0 Metcalf stock this year. I don't trust the quarterbacks. I don't trust the situation. That's a no for me. I don't care how good he finishes. A guy I've completely faded. When are your drafts? I've already done my drafts. My first draft was June 4th. My second draft was July 4th. I did one on August 8th. I'm done. I did my 3 big money leagues. And I did a fishbowl. So I'm in 4 leagues. I won my league last year in one of these big money leagues, and they gave me a $2,000 buy-in. So I'm in a $2,000 buy-in league. Love that team, and I drafted that team on July 4th. So I'm in 4 leagues, guys. I'm tapped because I was able to have similar players in all the leagues. And once I start spreading myself thin, I hate it. And another reason I like to draft early because, guys, it's best to draft early because I know when the breakouts are coming. I knew about Dameon Pierce before Dameon Pierce knew about Dameon Pierce. Does that make sense? I knew about Dameon Pierce before Dameon Pierce knew about Dameon Pierce. So now everyone's coming out saying draft Dameon Pierce. Nobody was talking about Dameon Pierce before week 1 of the preseason. I had a video about him out in May. So just for that alone, give me a thumbs up, please, guys. Just for the fact that I did a video on Dameon Pierce in May, that deserves a thumbs up, at least, guys. It takes 2 seconds of your time. Appreciate it. Let's get back to YouTube because they finally got their likes up. I appreciate it, guys. Thank you. Sorry, Instagram. I just got to answer a couple questions here, but you guys listen because there's a lot of value, tons of value. And while you're waiting, you're not waiting, you're listening, but get 16 rounds, guys. Okay, let's keep going here. We're gonna go hard. Let's get to some questions here. Pierce was sniped in my draft yesterday. I'm still pissed. Sean Johnson says, Pierce, what round? Because I'm hearing round 5, Dameon Pierce is coming off. Let me know so the other people are aware. I'm telling you, 5th round. There you go, 5th round. Dameon Pierce coming off 5th round. I'm telling you guys, this is crazy. I have 60 rounds. James, what's up? I have 60 rounds. Thanks, man. These questions are all on 60 rounds. Yeah, all answered on 16 rounds. Link in the bio. Burks or London? I'm going to go Drake London there. I think Treylon has a good season. Not getting the best media hype right now through preseason. But Treylon Burks could emerge, but Drake London's more of a plug and play immediately. They got Kyle Phillips there, who people are hyping up. I don't know if I'm sold on Kyle Phillips. If Treylon Burks got that high draft capital, they're going to use him. Should I target Pitts or an RB in round 3? That's a great question, Aaron Aurora. Okay, here's the deal. I kind of like Pitts in round 3. As crazy as it sounds, I like my robust RB. It's a decision you got to make, right? If you get Kyle Pitts done in round 3, you're good. You got your tight end. I think he could go off. I think Kyle Pitts, from what I'm hearing, from when I had the beat writer on, earlier, like a month and a half ago, he is trouble, man. He gives like defenders problems. Like he is legit good and he has elevated his game. Kyle Pitts is scary good this year. So I don't have a problem going Kyle Pitts round 3. I just don't have an issue with that. That's a decision you got to make. Other options in round 3, you could take a look at Montgomery, who I think has a lower ceiling. You could take a look at Breece Hall, who again said, DraftKings is getting him, props are saying that he's a favorite to get rookie of the year. I just posted in my story mode on Instagram. Go check it out. I don't know what the exact quote was. I believe in Breece Hall. I still think he's the guy, even though the news is coming out with Michael Carter being the RB1. I think it's BS. You don't move up to pick up a running back and then top running back only to sit him on the bench. I don't believe it. I think he's going to be the starter. So to be honest with you guys, there's a ton of options in round 3. Kyle Pitts is a good one. I don't stray away from that. I think I'm kind of excited about Kyle Pitts. I got him in one of my money leagues, and I am excited to see what he does. One guy, Tyler, says, I hate Breece in the 3rd. Why do you hate him? What's wrong with that? Yeah, Pitts didn't have a lot of touchdowns last year. I get it. No way but up for Kyle Pitts, obviously. What's up, guys? Joining Instagram. Guys, who's excited? If you're excited, drop a like here on the YouTube video. Let's get some more frequently asked questions, guys. Like, let's keep going here. Let's keep going. Jordan went Henry, Saquon, Keenan Allen. What do you think? Mike Herbert says he went, I don't have a problem with Keenan Allen as long as he stays healthy. I'm a Herbert guy. I just prefer going robust RB. I really do. I like getting that 3rd running back. Just how I roll, man. And I just think there's so much depth at wide receiver that I can wait. I don't mind passing up on Allen in round 3. Let's talk about Kenneth Walker here for those just joining. I do have some issues here with the hernia with Kenneth Walker. I am feeling a little not so warm and fuzzy about Kenneth Walker right now. I'm not going to lie if I told you that I like Kenneth Walker at this exact moment. They just drafted another guy, Ronnie, whatever his name is, some bottom feeder guy, just to add more depth because obviously Carson's gone. Not feeling warm and fuzzy with Kenneth Walker. But again, it goes to the same situation that Rashad Penny just can't finish seasons. Like he's not good. He can't stay healthy. And at the end of the day, man, Kenneth Walker was drafted at in the second round, and I think he's like on a team that needs to run the ball because their quarterback situation is completely crazy. In a team that invested high draft capital when they could have addressed other positions, on a team that like needs a bright spot, Kenneth Walker could be the light. He could be the brightness that shines on the Seattle Seahawks offense. And again, I'm not really sold on Penny doing well. Okay. Yeah, I'm not feeling warm and fuzzy about Michael Carter starting. He's not starting. I don't care. But I'm not feeling warm and fuzzy at the moment about Kenneth Walker. Okay. But at the end of the day, I still got him rostered on a bunch of teams. I still think he's great value. I still think he could be the RB1. I'm sold. I still like Kenneth Walker. I don't care. Again, at the moment, it's not feeling warm and fuzzy. I'm not gonna lie. If I said that I feel warm and fuzzy about Kenneth Walker right now, I'd be BSing. Okay. Baker Mayfield, I mean, for fantasy, why? I mean, there's so many other quarterbacks. Why? Top 3 quarterbacks. I'm gonna go here with, I mean, Josh Allen's got to be there. I hate to go Sheepses here, but how do you go against Pat Mahomes, Josh Allen, and I like Herbert. Herbert's my guy. I will not be drafting Josh Allen. I think his ADP is high for me. I will take Herbert in the 4th round, and I have him. I have stock of Herbert across all boards, but I always back up my quarterback. That's a rule, guys. A rule of thumb here. Always have a backup plan for a backup plan. In a 1 quarterback league, always have 2 quarterbacks. In a 2 quarterback league, have 3 quarterbacks. Okay, we're talking fantasy football draft strategy. 2 quarterback league, 3 quarterbacks. 1 quarterback league, 2 quarterbacks. Always have a backup. Why? Some people say, I don't need 2 quarterbacks, Joe. Covering your bye week. Very important. I know it's 1 week. You can stream. Cover your bye week. That's very important. Number 2, lack of performance. Now, if you draft an ace quarterback as per 16 rounds, tells you, you're going to be fine. You anchor you with ace quarterback, but lack of performance can happen with quarterbacks, guys, but they're a little more predictable on how they're going to do, right? And injury is very important. And obviously, again, always have a backup for a backup. And I always keep going back to that story of I was in a 2 quarterback league like 10 years ago. I don't know, 8 years ago. I don't remember exactly. And some guy hoarded all the quarterbacks on the bench spot. We had like 8 bench spots. He took every quarterback. In comes my bye week, and there's no quarterbacks to pick off waiver wire because this guy, this a-hole, took all of the quarterbacks. So good strategy on him, bad strategy on me for not having, that 3rd quarterback in a 2 quarterback league. Always, always, always. Louis says, we got a testimonial here. 16 rounds is amazing. Thanks for making it. I have the 12th pick in a 12-man league. Would you go four running back of 3rd and 4th round, Breece Hall, Elliott? Would you go 3 running backs and a QB? I see what he's saying. So he's asking basically, would he go 4 running backs? And if Zeke fell to the 4th, would you consider grabbing him, or would you go quarterback after getting Breece? I see what you're saying. It's nice to go 4 running backs. So, you go, Najee, you come back, you get Javonte or Saquon or someone like that. Then you go Breece Hall and Elliott. Now you're locked and loaded. I mean, if you're starting 2 running backs, you may want to consider getting Herbert if you want there. If not, you get Russell Wilson later, but you got some options there, Louis. I like that. I like the options. It's a good problem to have. You're not going to get Herbert coming back around if you want him specifically. And I like him, right? I got a lot of Jalen Hurts and AJ Brown stacks. I'm not sold on, I've got no stock in Eagles. I'm not sold on Hurts being an elite quarterback, and I'm not sold on AJ Brown being an elite wide receiver. So I've got 0 stock in those guys. He's got the rapport with Devontae Smith. Hurts didn't throw a lot last year. I don't know if there's enough volume to make those guys both viable wide receivers. I'm not excited about the Eagles at all. I'm not excited about AJ Brown at all. Okay. One guy, John Campbell, says, you guys need to get 16 rounds. It opens up your eyes to wait on those wide receivers. Last year I waited till the 4th and got Cup. Absolutely, John. Everyone was going Robert Woods early. Everyone was going wide receivers early. They didn't do well. And people think that they're going to draft Devontae Adams, thinking that Devontae Adams is going to be the Devontae Adams of last year. He could do very well. I think Waller's a bit banged up earlier on. But at the end of the day, guys, what you guys have to understand is this. You can wait on wide receivers. There's a ton of wide receivers you could get after the 4th round. Okay. And there's still wide receiver. Christian Kirk. I know he's not like the sexiest pick, but you get Christian Kirk and he's a wide receiver 1 in his team later. He's a wide receiver 1, right? You get Alec Pierce is going to be a wide receiver 2 later. You get Robbie Anderson with your last pick, and he could actually eat this year. He's got the best quarterback he's ever had. I'm like, do I have Robbie Anderson? I think in one league. Am I promoting Robbie Anderson? No. But I'm trying to make a point that there's so much depth at wide receiver, depth, 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 depth. You can wait because all you really need, guys, straight up, is 3 viable, solid wide receiver ones. That's it. That's all you need. And there's tons of those guys you can get. I get Amon-Ra St. Brown, round 5, round 4, round 5. There's one, right? And on and on. I explain all this in the 16-round draft session. All right, guys? Yeah, so leave a thumbs up there, guys. Let's get the thumbs up here on YouTube. Very, very disappointed with the YouTube thumbs up, guys. We definitely need more thumbs up. I'm actually gonna go to sleep crying. Yeah. This is sad. Guys, YouTube, Instagram, like they're dropping hearts like it's going out of style. Guys, YouTube, come on. Instagram, come on, get the hearts. I'm trying to prove a point to YouTube here. Yeah, so there you go. So Instagram is dropping hearts like it's going out of style, and YouTube can't get me 50 thumbs ups. We're up to 62 now, but that's okay. Good enough. Let's get some more questions here. Some more frequently asked questions. Give me some mainstream Confucius questions. Some people playing politics here in the comments. Guys, I don't feel like getting political at all. I don't talk politics because, to be honest, one of the main reasons I don't talk politics is because it's very simple. You come to fantasy, guys, so you get away from that stuff. So, yeah, we're not talking any type of politics here. So there's no need to mention presidential names in the comments, guys. Let's keep it fantasy related. I like Olave. I love Olave. I think Olave is arguably the best talented wide receiver out of this draft class. But if Michael Thomas gets going, we're in trouble. Like, he's going to be the one. Winston, hopefully, he's going to throw a lot of volume. Olave, and they've got Landry there, and they got Kamara. Like, I don't know. Is Olave going to get the volume that I want? I'm not seeing it. I don't see him getting the volume that I want. That's the problem I have with Olave. That's the only problem. I have no problem with Olave. I like Olave. Olave would be on all my rosters. Okay. I just don't trust the situation. I'm not sure what's going on with Michael Thomas. He's already struggling with hamstring injuries. If he gets hurt, look out. Olave could shine. But that's really predicated on a Michael Thomas injury. That's what you're basing it on. Like, it's that simple. So I don't know if I trust Olave based on volume. Sleeper QB to stash, Matt Ryan. Sitting 19th on the consensus rankings. I think he has a great year. I'm all in on Matt Ryan, guys. Tons of time to throw the ball, which is what he does better than anybody else. Pure accuracy, pocket passer, great weapons. I think Michael Pittman's going to have a great season. I don't have Pittman stock because I'm going robust RB early. Pittman is just not a guy I have. Round 3. I'm going robust RB, but if Kelsey's available round 2, do I get him? Again, you've got that big drop-off after Kelsey and Pitts and all those guys, Mark Andrews. I don't have any Kelsey stock, although he could have a good year with Tyreek gone, 159 targets, more traffic going Kelsey's way. But they've got other wide receivers that are going to fill that void. If you want that safe pick, I mean, Kelsey's as safe as they come. I don't have any. You're going to miss out on, your Barkleys, your Javantes, CeeDee Lamb if you want a good wide receiver round 2, which again, I don't go wide receiver round 2, but again, it's up to you guys. I do like CeeDee Lamb having a big year this year, but I also think Jalen Tolbert's a good sleeper. So yeah, let's get to some other frequently asked questions. I know your answer, but Dalvin Cook or Mixon, I'm not even going to answer that. The guy leaves a smiley face after. I'm going to go Mixon. You guys know that. Please drop some more thumbs up, guys. Helps the channel. Let's get this out to more people. The more thumbs up, the more people. Hopefully it's not your league mates. I don't think it will be. And I got to plug, guys, 16 rounds. I mean, all the answers are there. Use code TUBE20, save yourself 20%, and IG20. Get 16 rounds. Experience it, guys. Just try it out. Don't be cheapskates. Try it out. It's only like $24 with discount. It's like $25. Use code IG20. You're good. IG like Instagram, IG, right? It's good. It's good. IG. It's good. 20. It's great. It's great. Not good. Great. Let's get some more questions here. Get 16 rounds, guys. I'm not BSing you guys. It works. Deandra Swift, what you think? Okay. I may get ripped on this later. I don't believe in Deandra Swift. I do not believe Deandra Swift. Everyone keeps asking me about Deandra Swift. The guy had 151 attempts last year. It was a pretty much split with him and Williams. Suspect offense. Obviously, they made some improvements on their O-line. They brought in Jameson Williams, who will get kickstarted probably after week 5. Amon-Ra St. Brown takes a step up. But they've got weapons, too. I mean, Hawkinson's got to eat, too, right? There's going to be distribution that way. Obviously, Swift's going to get some volume. Guys, there's so much, there's a lot of volume there, a lot of targets there. I'm not sold on him being a volume guy. I'm not investing a second-round pick on a guy that's not a true workhorse running back. I don't know, 2 years didn't wow me. Played what, 13 games in those 2 games, those 2 seasons. Again, I have no Swift stock, so he's a no for me. ATN or Hall, easily Hall. I'm not sold on ATN. I think James Robinson's gonna. You guys are sleeping on James Robinson being a factor in that offense. I still think he's the pure running. I think it's gonna be Chubb and Kareem Hunt maybe type situation. I don't know, man. And ATN, he hasn't played a regular season game. Is he gonna be durable? Is he gonna be strong? I'm not sure. I'm not sure what to expect there, guys. So I'm not really sold on him. I'm not. Come on, let's keep going, guys, with the frequently asked questions. YouTube, let's leave some more thumbs up here, guys. Let's keep it going. Appreciate you guys being here. It means a lot. Let's hear Connor, Brees, or Javonte, Council Nation. You can probably get Javonte round 2 and get Brees Hall round 3, man. To be honest with you, I really, really think you get both of them. Probably Javonte gets like a safer floor for me. Brees, I mean, he's a beast, man. They call him Brees the Beast for a reason. So it's tough, man. I probably lean a bit towards Javonte, but I'm going to probably regret that later. Understand Melvin Gordon will be a pest. He will be stealing away volume. You guys have to understand that. When we're talking Melvin Gordon, I got to address this. There will be a week, if he stays healthy, you're week 3, you're down 6 points, and boom, in comes Melvin Gordon hoarding away that goal line touchdown, and you guys are going to be pissed that you got Javonte. But if you do draft Javonte, if you do draft Brees Hall, make sure it's part of a robust RB strategy. That's key, guys. That's very, very key. Okay, guys? Robust RB, robust or bust. All right, guys? A couple more questions here. I got to roll up. Please leave a thumbs up here, guys. I appreciate it. And get 16-round draft session. Link in the bio. You will crush your leagues, guys. Dive into the videos, the training, the notes. Everything is there. 16 rounds. Go do it right now. Oh, another thing, guys, while I got you all here, thanks for coming out, guys, hanging out. If you guys are ordering wings right now, tonight or during the games, use code F. Write this down. Get a pen. I got a pen. FFC for fantasy football accounts. FFC20, Hooters.com. Order wings. You get to save some money on your order, guys. Hooters.com. FFC20. Write that. I want everybody to grab a pen. Write that down. I was actually at Hooters in Niagara Falls. Their wings are actually really, really good. Like legit, really good. Not just because they're promoting the brand, like they're a sponsor, but legit good. So write that code down, FFC20, and just download the Hooters app or go to their site. It's at select locations though. So I think it's tons of locations in the US, but you'll be able to save $10 on an order of 30 or more. FFC20 Hooters, guys. Order the wings and then send me a picture. I'll post it on my story mode. Like send me a picture of your wings from Hooters and I'll post you guys. I'll give you guys a shout out. Okay, guys? So just, FFC20 is the code you want. Hooters.com. Save some money. FFC20, Eli. FFC20. All right, let's keep going. A couple more questions. What is the benefit of 16 rounds plus? Good dude. It's not a benefit. It's like you're going to win your league. How about that? If it's a one specific benefit. But yeah, you get an optimal roster, bulletproof, backup plan for a backup plan, optimal players to draft in each round. What else do you want? I'm giving you a championship on a silver platter. You got to stay on top of your waiver wires. That's all I got to say. Come on, give me a good question here. I think Schultz will be safe. I've got no Schultz stock. I think he'll be good. I'm always good for wings. Michael Peters, write that code down. FFC20, order some wings, man. 16 rounds plus. Yes, that's an app. If you guys want the app, DM me. I'll get you a link to the app. It's an app you open. It's a web-based app you open up during your drafts. Really going to help you guys. In-depth analysis on 250 top players. Really going to help you guys. 16 rounds plus. There is a plus. Yes, it's different. Yes, not a substitution for 16 rounds. Dameon Pierce or Brees Hall. Get Brees Hall, and then you can get Dameon later. Dameon will fall to round 5 to round 8, typically. All right, guys? A couple more questions here. Thoughts on Cole Kmet? I like him as a late round sleeper. When I wait on tight end, I stack 2 later. But I do like Kyle Pitts to round 3 if you're going early. If not, you stack 2 later. Deandra Swift has a good schedule. Yeah, I'm still not sold on Deandra Swift. You can't sell me on him. Who are you personally taking at round 5? I'm looking at wide receiver there. I've already got my 3 robust RB. I probably got Herbert, and then I'm looking at a wide receiver. Best available wide receiver that I like. Gabe Davis or Elijah Mitchell. You're talking wide receiver, you're talking running back, man. Totally different scenario here. Depends on what your needs are, man. I'm not sold on Elijah Mitchell because I'm not really going running back later. I've got my running back. So Gabe Davis is kind of that lottery pick, man. Boomer bust. It's showing us some flashes, man. He could be really good, but be interesting to see how he does. A lot of weapons there in and Buffalo as well. Guys, please leave a couple more thumbs up here. Let's try to hit 100 here. There he is to go. What's up, Marcus Rodriguez in the house? What's up going on, guys? Appreciate you guys taking your time out tonight, hanging out with the counselor. Gonna try to be on here every night at 9. So turn on notifications. If you haven't gotten 16 rounds, if you haven't done anything positive today, turn on notifications, turn on the bell here on YouTube, and go to turn on the bell here on my profile. Let's hang out sometimes at 9 o'clock here, guys. I'll shout some of you guys out, answer your questions. So turn on notifications. Your favorite draft position. I like drafting from the 6th position. It gives me options there. I could take a look. I like Najee and Henry there. I've got options if I want to go Saquon. And then if I'm coming back mid-round 2, maybe Saquon's there. I think Javonte might even fall round 2 as well. I've got options there. I like going 6 for draft position. Who do I take at the 4th spot? Najee or Derrick Henry? That's what I'd go. Because your other options, according to consensus, are what? Dalvin Cook? Like, I'm not touching Dalvin Cook. Like, there's no way. No way. I'm not doing it. Yeah, man. Russell Wilson's solid. Get him in the 7th to 8th round. Definitely. Anchor your team with solid ace quarterback. Russell Wilson, love him. Hawkinson will be safe. I've got no Hawkinson stock. I'm more on Amon-Ra this year. I'm on Raw. So yeah, I'm no Hawkinson for me, but I don't see any reason why he's not solid. Let's keep going. A couple more questions here. Who are you taking at the 11th spot? Would you go Mixon or Barkley round 1? I did a 3-round solved video on YouTube, going over a mock draft on this. The 11th spot, man. If Henry and Najee are gone, you got to consider Saquon if he's there. Mixon's another option there at the 11th spot. Or I kind of like Barkley there with the ceiling. And then make sure you get Javonte or another running back coming back on that turn. Darren Waller, I've got no Darren Waller stock, especially with Adams, man. I mean, he's sitting top 4, top 5 amongst tight ends. How do you put both Adams and, Waller as top 5? It doesn't make sense. Like, one of them is going to fall. Like, are they both going to finish top 5? Is there enough targets to go around? I mean, when you look at Darren Waller having a good year in 2020, he peaked at 140 targets. When you look at Adams last year, guys, having a good year, he had 169 targets. So are you telling me that both Waller and Adams are going to have 150 plus targets each? I don't see it, especially with Renfro there, who's the wide receiver 1 on that roster. Then they got Jacobs, right? They got Zamir White. They got other options. And then you got Derek Carr. You got a downgrade at quarterback to Adams. Like, I don't know. I don't trust that whole scenario. Yeah, I'm staying away from Waller. He's a no for me. Very expensive too. James Cook, high potential. Yeah, let's talk James Cook. I think he could be the RB1. The question is there going to be enough volume for him? You got Josh Allen, who runs the ball a lot. They've got Devin Singletary. They got Zach Moss. It's a 3-headed monster committee. I think Singletary's got that rapport. He's been there for 3-4 years with Josh Allen. How many years have they been together? I mean, James Cook, I think he's great. I think he'd be dynamic. I think he's going to be used in the receiving game. I think the hot hand will prevail as a guy that's going to get the volume, but I still think they run by a committee. And obviously with Allen running the ball as much as he does, it's going to be a factor. I tend to stay away from those guys, those running backs that are associated with quarterbacks that run the ball a lot. Guys, let's get it. 3 more likes. Let's get to 100 here, guys, on YouTube, guys. Don't cheap out there. Again, I like to stay away from running backs that are with quarterbacks that run a lot, guys. That's a no from me, guys, with those type of running backs in those type of situations. Again, James Cook, he could be a stash as an RB4, RB5 on your team. I definitely do like the ceiling, but for me, I've got no James Cook stock, although it can definitely be dynamic. I think he could be a great player. I just think volume is going to be an issue. That's it. Top 3 sleeper quarterbacks, guys. I mean, with quarterbacks, there's a whole ton of them. I do like Davis Mills later. I just think he's completely underrated. I like the fact that, people are completely sleeping on him. He could be really, really good. I mean, statistically, Davis Mills last year, guys, was one of the best quarterbacks in accuracy amongst other quarterbacks. And he was like the number 2 rookie quarterback last year overall in just in accuracy and percentages and everything like that. Just statistically was the second best quarterback. I mean, just behind Mac Jones. So I think the upside is there. I mean, he played better than Trevor Lawrence down that final stretch of the season last year. So Davis Mills, very, very excited to see him with Brandon Cooks and Nico Collins and Dameon Pierce, improved O-line. Second year into the system going in. And he said he's ready to light up the world. So Dameon Pierce is, Davis Mills is someone I'm really, really excited about. And I do like Matt Ryan also as a sleeper as well. All right, guys. Listen, turn on notifications. Leave a couple thumbs up. I got to roll out here. I got to go relax. Spent the whole day at the beach. I'm tapped out. I'm exhausted. Turn on notifications. Turn on the bell here to the YouTube channel. And please, I encourage you guys, join my Patreon group, guys. Patreon.com/FF Counselor. DM me the word Patreon on Instagram. I'll get back to you with a direct link. Exclusive podcast, live Q&As where I get to all the questions answered. Right? You're going to need me during the season. We're going to hang out. We're going to talk exclusively, guys. Patreon.com/FF Counselor. Book me for a cameo. Get 16 rounds. I'm everywhere, man. Everywhere. Crushing it for you guys. Giving the best possible advice I can. All right, guys. Instagram, I'm going to roll out. I appreciate you guys. Turn on notifications and get 16 rounds. Link in the bio. Use code IG20 to save. All right, guys. I'm out there. And I'm going to say bye here to YouTube. Let's discard that video. YouTube, guys, I appreciate you. Leave a couple more thumbs up before I go. And again, make sure you guys turn on notifications, turn on that bell, and I'm going to keep the content pumping all the time. I'll try to be here every night at 9. All right, guys? Try to get to as many questions as I can. I appreciate you guys. Love you. And fantasy's around the corner. We got to be excited. We're so close. I know a lot of you guys are drafting this upcoming weekend, the weekend after. Tons to be excited about. All right, guys? Appreciate you. I'm out. Turn on notifications.